interesting segment of Home Truth Nigeria. Today, I want to talk on the topic the power of the Nigerian man's family. Now, one unit in the life of Nigerian man, a lot of people tend to disregard is the family the Nigerian man is coming from. Most especially if you're dealing with a Nigerian man who is 99% of the time in contact with his family. And that's why today I want to tell us a little bit about the power of the Nigerian man's family, especially when it comes to selecting a partner for marriage or dating. Now, the truth is, I've come through a lot of women who have been romantically involved in Nigerian men without having access or even bothered to know about the family of the guy. I look at it as an accident basically waiting to happen. So the question is, why should you be bothered about the family of your Nigerian man, especially if you're romantically involved with a Nigerian man? Well, the first reason is for family approval. Yes, in Nigeria and in other African countries, family approval is very important. And it starts with your man introducing you to his parents or family, as partners. This is the place where they get to look at you, assess you, and also see how well you integrate and interact with the family. And this is the reason why Nigerian men, before they get married, they would always want to kind of like introduce their partner to the family. That's why you see a lot of them bringing you home, or even at first trying for you to establish, some kind of contact with the family. The truth is that the family want to make sure their son is not getting married to some Harlequin or Angela Dean from the 90 Days, fiance. So for this reason, they want to know you well, and make sure that you are you're okay, basically upstairs. Another thing is the family recognition. This is very important for you, and for those of you who are planning on having kids, already have kids, for your Nigerian man, it's very important that the family also recognize you. One thing a lot of people do not know is that family recognition is like having an insurance, just in case something will happen in your marriage. Now, remember, I said when you are married to a Nigerian man, if for whatever reason he misbehaves or is planning to get a second wife behind you, if you are known and recognized by the family, you could actually call them and tell them what you're observing, make them understand that, okay, he's misbehaving with another lady, and this is what he's been doing. And if he is coming from a responsible family, they will pick up the phone and call him. I have seen stories of women married to Nigerian men who had to call the parents of the man, the brothers, the sister, the siblings, because the man basically was misbehaving. They discovered that after calling, this man made or had a dramatic change of character and behavior. And when they dug deep, they discovered that the family actually called him to order. So this is why it's important for you to make sure you make contact and at least have a relationship with the family of your Nigerian man. It is better than you isolating yourself. Now, you may, be wondering what kind of power is it that the family they have? What kind of power does the Nigerian man family? What kind of power do they possess? The first thing is decision making. The family plays a pivotal role in the selection of a partner, whether you like it or not. This means your Nigerian man might date you and end up not being with you. And the sad part of it is that 90% of the time, they know, these guys, they know that, okay, they won't be with you. Now, they know because you do not meet the requirement or standard they have in the family. It may be maybe you're older, you're divorced, you have a child or kids from your previous relationship. The other day, someone was telling me that she was rejected because of her profession. And what are you doing? She works in a fast food store. And I was like, are you dating a Nigerian man that everyone is educated in the family? And she said, yes. I said, well, they could also reject you because of that. So decision making is one power they hold. And this is why that period you're in your lovey-dovey stage with your Nigerian man, both of you are connecting, you're falling in love. It is very important, to ask serious questions like that borders to your current situation. If you're divorced, you ask, what do your family think about divorced women? If you're older, it's important to ask this. If you have kids from previous relationship, it is also important to ask this, so that at the end of the day, your name will not be regret and had I known. It is very important to ask this because a lot might date you, but they will not end up with you. I was chatting with a lady during the weekend and she told me the Nigerian guy she was romantically involved with, told her, hey, my father is sick. I would like us to go to Nigeria. And she was like, okay, that's a good idea, but I am going to go to Nigeria as who to you? And she was like, look, if you want to take me to Nigeria, you need to first introduce me to your family on video call, on phone, and then they know when I get to Nigeria, I'm coming as your partner. I won't just land and then they're like, who is this person? So that's very important. And to an extent, I totally agree with her. And that's why it's very important, to make sure that given your present situation, the family of the Nigerian guy, they are very much okay with it. Another thing is the family rejection. The family has the right to reject the choice of their son. The son might give the family a call and say, hey, look, I am romantically involved with a lady. I really love her. I want to get married to her. And then the family would ask, okay, is she divorced? No. Does she have children from previous relationship? Is she older than you? What does she do for a living? They will ask all of this answer. And if it doesn't sit well with them, they may tell their son not to proceed. In fact, some will go ahead to put fear on him, telling him to stay away from you. At that point, your Nigerian man becomes very confused and does not know how to tell you or break the news that the family doesn't want you. And there are ladies who have experienced this, and there are some who will still experience this, especially when you know that this dude you are dating is keeping you away from his family or doesn't want you to get close to the family. This is one major sign, and the worst are the ones who know from the very beginning, given your current status, either you're older, you're married, or you have kids, that they will not be with you. But because of greed and selfishness, they still play along. Maybe because you help them financially, maybe because they need you for visa, or maybe because of their own sexual pleasure, whatever the case is. And a lot of ladies become frustrated when at the end of the day they discover that the guy leaves them given they've done a lot for the guy. And guys, here's my advice. If you are dating a Nigerian man, always make sure from the beginning that the family is comfortable with you. If you're older, if you're married, if you have kids, make sure they are comfortable with it. If it happens to be that the family, they're hesitant to accept you, if it happens to be that the family, they don't want you, please accept your fate. Don't force yourself in the family, and move on. Now, I know a lot of you might get angry because of the situation, like you've given a lot, plus the fact that you love the guy. But the reason is that for us in Nigeria, when we get married, we marry into the family. That means you become part of the family. You don't just marry and then you're isolated. You marry into the family. So if the family they don't like you and you try to force yourself in, at the end of the day, they will make it known to you that they don't like you. They could even push or instigate their son to leave you and go get married to another person. Now, some of you might ask, okay, what if the guy I'm with disregards the family advice? What if he wants to be with me? Maybe it's me or no one else. Yes, this can happen. Some Nigerian men will damn the consequences to be with a lady. But the truth is that you will never feel accepted or happy in that family. And it's not a good thing. A lot of family will grow past this beef and then they will come around and then later like you. But there are some families who would never grow past this. In fact, they will keep encouraging their son to leave you because you're no good. They would put fear on him to make him understand that his life is in danger just because he's with you. And that is why I am making this video, to make you guys understand that the family, they have a decision. And for whatever reason, please never marry a Nigerian man in isolation. Make sure you're introduced to the family before you take major steps. Make sure the family has a relationship with you. at least while you're dating. If you're not accepted, leave, and never beg or pay to be accepted, because all of these things, they could backfire at the very end. If I have enough, zeal, maybe I'll talk more on these 5 points. Other than that, guys, please, as always, if you've got questions, you can write me on home truth. It is 6 at gmail.com. Please like, share, subscribe. Home Truth Nigeria. Peace out.